Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network this afternoon from Nelson Park in Johnstown. It's another Longs Peak League matchup as the visiting Fort Morgan Mustangs take on the Roosevelt Rough Riders. I'm John Beltran, and for the Mustangs, this proves to be a critical game for them, considering they just sustained back-to-back losses to the Northridge Grizzlies in high-scoring games, 17-12 on Tuesday, and then they lost 14-13 on Thursday. Let's get you to the Mustangs starting lineup. For head coach Josh Langford, batting first is the first baseman Briggs Wheatley. The shortstop Braden Fajardo hits second. Batting third is the pitcher Frank Ortega. The cleanup hitter for Fort Morgan is the third baseman Jesse Campa. Batting fifth is the left fielder David Keller. The catcher Antonio Velasquez hits sixth. The DH Charlie Langford bats seventh. Batting eighth is the second baseman Joseph Layden. And the right fielder Colin Farley hits ninth. Defensively, Jaden Smith is at first. Michael Wallet second. The third baseman is Mario Sanchez. Brock Sy at short. Elias Pardo in left. Caleb Erickson in center. See who the right fielder is here for. We'll get that in just a second for Roosevelt. Giuseppe Salvatore is behind the plate, and Nate Wren, the right-hander, is on the mound. Yeah, we'll have to get, I believe Ty Deasing might be out in right field for Roosevelt. Well, when you look at the numbers here for this right-hander, Nate Wren, 2-0 with a 2.72 ERA. He is the best pitcher on their staff. Record-wise and ERA-wise, he's got half of the wins for Roosevelt this season. The Mustangs as a team are batting .296 and certainly have scored a lot of runs the last couple of games. Roosevelt in their home whites and Fort Morgan in their road grays. They'll also play on Thursday in Fort Morgan. Yeah, let's see who's in right there for Roosevelt. That's going to be Zach Guntel. Zach Guntel is in right field, playing for the Rough Riders. And the opening pitch brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier. For you when you're on the go, check them out today. Equitable Savings and Loan. Briggs Wheatley will step in for Fort Morgan. Wheatley hitting .467. That's actually second on the team, behind the on-deck hitter Braden Fajardo hitting .517. And the tall right-hander Nate Wren will deliver the first pitch of the game, and that's a fastball way outside. Here to Briggs Wheatley, an all-conference player 1 year ago. Him and K.O. Langford, all honorable mention, all-state performers. And the offering, swing and a miss, tailing away on the outside corner. And the count levels at 1-1 to Briggs Wheatley. Yeah, I'm not sure how tall Nate Wren is. Looks about 6'5" from here. With an open stance is Wheatley. And the offering, swung on and popped foul and out of play, and a fastball up in the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wheatley, Fajardo, and Ortega here in the top of the first inning for Fort Morgan. Salvatore lays down the sign. And the pitch. Fastball off the glove of the catcher. Way outside, 2-2. Well, the game time temperature is in the 70s. There is a pretty stiff breeze at 78 degrees here in Johnstown. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Wheatley. Wren gets the sign. Salvatore setting up on the inside corner of the pitch. Swung on and popped foul, and out of play off to the left. And not too far from us, as you could hear right there. Remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Wheatley. Boy, it's 3:05 down the line. The pitch. Swung on in line into deep right field along the line. That is trouble. Wheatley's around first. Off the middle of the fence. He's headed for second. He's going to get the green light. Wheatley to third without a throw. And it's a leadoff triple for Briggs Wheatley. On a ball that was scorched down the right field side. And that'll send up Braden Fajardo, as I mentioned, hitting .517.
Now batting number 15, Braden Fajardo.
Yeah, Wren went with a breaking ball, and Wheatley was able to pull it beautifully. Nothing Zach Gunto Wright could do. So the Mustangs are threatening 2 batters in. The offense has not been the issue lately. It's been the pitching and defense. Here's the wind and the offering. And that's in the dirt. Took something off at 1 ball and no strikes. Fajardo is not only having a good offensive season, but playing some solid shortstop as well. Here's the wind and pitch. Swung on, lined, base hit into left field. Here comes Briggs Wheatley. It's an RBI single for Braden Fajardo. Fajardo has now driven in 7 runs on the season out of the 2-hole, his 16th hit of 2022, and the Mustangs lead Roosevelt 1-0 in the top of the first inning. On a solid line drive to left, here is Frank Ortega. Ortega hitting .361. He's driven in 12. That leads the team. Throw back to first. Back in diving is Fajardo, who leads the Longs Peak League in stolen bases. Yeah, he can fly. But that's nothing new this year. He's just stealing them even more this year, getting on base at a rapid rate. The stretch. And the offering. And the breaking ball's a strike at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. It's got Fajardo with 14 stolen bases. Somehow I thought he had more. We'll see. But I know he's at the top of the league there. No balls and 1 strike to Frank Ortega. Triple by Wheatley, single by Fajardo. Long pause by Wren, the pitch. Swung on and grounded to short. Could be 2. Flipped to second by Saya for 1. Back to first, and that is a 6-4-3 double play. And Ortega is out on the back end. That'll send up the cleanup hitter Jesse Campa with the bases empty now. Campa hitting .250. Even with Ortega's speed, he got down that line quickly, but that was a tailor-made double play. Saya to Wall to Smith. Campa, another right-handed hitter. All right-handed hitters for Fort Morgan. The offering, and that one is behind Campa. Yeah, Wren has lost control about 2 or 3 pitches here, badly. 1 ball and no strikes. Mustangs with an early 1-0 lead, looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. Roosevelt has played 8 games, all within the league, and they are 4-4. Salvatore lays down the sign, and the 1-0 to Jesse Campa, and that's over, but a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. One with a heater right there. David Keller's on deck. Yeah, beautiful field. 385 straight away here from Nelson Park. And the offering. And that's a fastball for a strike on the inner half of the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Jesse Campa. 2 down, 1-0 Fort Morgan in the top of the first. And Wren delivers. And the breaking ball's a strike. Excellent pitch, inner half thigh high. And the count levels at 2-2 to Jesse Campa, who backed off a little bit. And Wren to the plate. Fastball is upstairs. Ball 3, strike 2. Oh, man, what a gore. We've been waiting for a day like this for a long time. Who cares about the breeze? Just to have temperatures approaching 80 degrees is awesome. 3-2 pitch, and that one went behind him. Yeah, Wren has really lost control of some of these pitches. It's a walk to Jesse Campa. He's either finding the strike zone or missing pretty significantly. And David Keller will now hit for Fort Morgan. Yeah, Wren, even though he's got the double play grounder, hasn't found his groove yet. Keller hitting .414. He's driven in 9. The stretch and the pitch. And that is a little bit down and away. Barely off the outside corner. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, Campa now with a ton of foot speed. Of course, he played an incredible football season. Some of those players still paying the price from that state championship. And that is down and in with a fastball, 2-0. 18 pitches for Wren, 9 balls and 9 strikes right now. Velasquez waits to hit next. 2 hits to begin the game for Fort Morgan. Wheatley with a 3-bagger and Fajardo with an RBI single to left. And the 2-0 right now. That is a strike with a fastball at the knees on the outside corner. And the count moves to 2-1 to David Keller. Mustangs looking for their 9th win of the season. It's going to get busy here during the months of April and May. And that's in the dirt, blocked by Salvatore. 3-1. Yeah, and Nate Wren has got either the old-time stirrups or just the painting of stirrups, which I love. I love the old-school type of uniform. And the 3-1 pitch runner goes. Swung on and grounded right side wall. The second baseman bobbles, picks it up, throws to first low, but in time. And David Keller is retired. As are the Mustangs here in the top of the first inning. They score a run. The Mustangs get 2 hits. No errors and a man left. To the bottom of the first we go. Fort Morgan 1. And Roosevelt coming to bat on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Fort Morgan scored a run on a Briggs-Wheatley triple and a Braden Fajardo RBI single. Here's the lineup for Roosevelt. Batting first is the shortstop Brock Saya. Giuseppe Salvatore, the catcher, at second. Caden Karabench, the DH, hits third. The pitcher Nate Wren is the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth is the center fielder Caleb Erickson. The third baseman Mario Sanchez at sixth. First baseman Jaden Smith at seventh. Elias Pardo in left hits eighth. And Michael Wall, the second baseman, will be hitting ninth. Briggs Wheatley's at first for Fort Morgan. Joseph Layden at second. Jesse Camp is the third baseman. At short is Braden Fajardo. David Keller in left. Levi McCoy in center. Colin Farley in right. Antonio Velasquez behind the plate. And Frank Ortega is on the mound. Ortega at 4-0 with a 1.14 ERA. Had lots of unearned runs allowed against Northridge when the Mustangs committed a bevy of errors. The pitch. Fastball is upstairs to Brock Saya. Saya hitting .333 through 8 games this season. The pitch swung on and lifted into fairly deep left field. That's got some carry. Keller's way back towards the track, and he makes the catch. A long ride there given by Brock Saya, but Keller puts it away. And there's one down. For a moment, I thought he might have misjudged it because that ball was hit a long way. From a right-handed hitter in Saya to a left-handed hitter in Salvatore. Only a sophomore hitting .333. The offering. And that is a strike. Took something off it on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. 1-0 Fort Morgan. 1 down. Bases empty in the bottom of the first inning. From Nelson Park here in Johnstown. The wind and offering. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Salvatore way out in front of a pitch that dove below the knees, and it's 0-2. Now let's see if Frank's got that out pitch on the 0-2 here to the catcher for Roosevelt. The pitch swung on and lifted foul out of play. Got a lot of the plate. Count remains at 0-2. Yeah, it was a rough first inning on both sides between Fort Morgan and Northridge last Tuesday when Frank started a week ago, and it got messy. Mustangs had a 5-1 and an 8-4 lead, but it got away, and they lost 17-12. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and grounded to second. Layden has got it. He slings to first for the out, and there's 2 down as Layden retires Salvatore. Here's the right-handed hitting Caden Carabench, a junior hitting .333, another right-handed hitter. Tall right-handed hitter here for Roosevelt. The offering, and the breaking ball is down and away. A ball and no strikes with 2 down and the bases empty in the bottom of the first inning. Velasquez setting up on the outside corner. Swung on and grounded to short. Fajardo lets it go right underneath his glove into left center field. And rounding first is Carabench. He'll stay right there as Fajardo commits the first error of the game, something the Mustangs do not need. Again, that was exactly what happened last Tuesday. He just picked up the glove and the ball just rolled underneath it on a routine grounder to short. Nate Wren will now hit. Hitting .435. That's the other danger. You want this guy to lead off if you're Fort Morgan, not to hit with a runner at base. With an open stance. The pitch. Fastball is very high. A ball and no strikes. Yeah, any baseball game, especially a league game, you can't give them freebies here. Very short lead at first there for Carabench, about a step. Step and a half now, 2. Pause by Ortega. The pitch, and that is a strike on the outside corner, belt high, and the count levels at 1-1. Yeah, 4 o'clock first pitch coming up in Fort Morgan on Thursday right here on B106. Ortega, chest level with a glove. Long pause, 1-1. Down and away with a breaking ball blocked by Velasquez. 2 balls and 1 strike, 1-0 Fort Morgan, bottom of the first inning. Wheatley with a triple, Fajardo with a single. Those were the hits back-to-back for the Mustangs. But now Wren is in a hitter's count. Velasquez again setting up outside. 2-1 pitch, and that's off the glove of Velasquez. And it's 3-1. That'll be a pass ball, allowing Carabench to advance to second. I'm not sure what Antonio did there. Must have just closed the glove early. I mean, the pitch was a ball, but certainly very catchable. Well, that eliminates the force at second now. 3-1 with Caleb Erickson, a left-handed hitter, the second one in the lineup for Roosevelt, waiting to hit next. Ortega looks back. And the 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball is just outside. Good pitch, but it missed. So it's a walk to Wren.
Now batting number 10, Caleb Erickson.
We'll get a courtesy runner. That'll be Jaden Botterill. So Botterill running at first for Wren. Erickson hitting just .214. Yeah, but that's the thing here is that because of the 2-out error, that extends the pitch count for Ortega. He's throwing an extra 5 pitches. It'll be 6 after this one. Off of second, Carabench. Botterill at first, looking back. The offering. Swung on and fouled off to the left. No balls and run strike. Get your project started the right way with Western Engineering Consultants. The stretch and the 0-1 pitch. And that is a changeup for a strike at the knees on the outside corner. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Erickson. Ortega 1 pitch away from getting out of the jam. In the bottom of the first inning. Erickson awaits. Looking back, Ortega the pitch. Fastball is upstairs, and the count goes to 1-2. Yeah, this field is going to play true to every hop. I mean, you can just see it. It is manicured beautifully here. Big lead at second there for Karabench. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. And Erickson is struck out by Frank Ortega. And that does it here for Roosevelt in the first inning. No runs, no hits. There was a Mustang error and 2 left. To the second we go. Fort Morgan 1, Roosevelt nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. I'm John Beltran back in Johnstown. 1-0 Fort Morgan, top of the second inning. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 against right-hander Nate Wren. Antonio Velasquez, followed by Charlie Langford and Joseph Layden. This is the second straight year you've got a senior starting at catcher for just 1 year. Connor Fajardo started for 2 years, but Langford this year, or last year, Velasquez this year, the pitch is inside. And then Tyler Baker's a junior. More than likely he gets the nod as a senior. And the 1-0. Swung on and lifted into left field. That's got some major carry to it. Swirling way back, and that ball is going to be, is it caught? I believe it is in left field. No. Let's see what happened out there. Off the glove of Elias Pardo. It lands. And boy, that's going to be a tough call. We'll call it a straight-up double. There'll be a courtesy runner because he was twisting around in left field. And he got a glove on it, but he wasn't underneath the baseball. Bodie Wheatley will now be the runner at second. But I thought for a second Pardo had that baseball. So the Mustangs with a runner in scoring position to begin the second. Yeah, he got moved around there, started left, then went back, or started right, then went back, then to his left, Here's Charlie Langford, and the pitch, squaring to bunt in the dirt, blocked beautifully by Salvatore. 1 ball and no strikes. Let's check out Langford's numbers here. The only sophomore in the starting lineup for Fort Morgan, hitting .324. Nice lead at second for Wheatley. The offering. And that is a fastball just a little bit low and away, 2-0. Oh, that's a tight zone, no doubt. 2 balls and no strikes with Layden waiting to hit next. And the pitch. And that is low again, 3-0 to Charlie Langford. The Mustangs have been scoring runs at will lately. If they can get the pitching and defense, then today could be a good day for Fort Morgan. The 3-0 pitch, right down the middle for a strike, just above the knees. It's 3-1 with a fastball. So the Mustangs have a triple, a single, and a double in this game. And the 3-1 pitch. Swung on, line to right field, coming on and making the catch is Zach Guntel, tagging his Wheatley. He'll go to third to throw, and he's going to be in there, but he should have been in sliding. Oh, man, he went in standing, and that was a risk. If that throw is on line, he might have been outstanding. There's 1 down. Not outstanding, but outstanding up. Nice line drive hit by Langford, but the out is recorded. Here's Joseph Layden. The offering. Fastball. Boy, what a stab there by Salvatore. Another one that went behind the hitter. 1 ball and no strikes. Layden hitting .294. He's driven in 10. He is one of 4 players with double-digit RBIs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Threw a fastball right by him. It's 1-1. 1-0 Fort Morgan, top of the second inning. On an RBI single from Fajardo. At third is Wheatley. The pitch. Upstairs. That's Bodie Wheatley at third. Off the double by Velasquez to open the inning. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hit something on the ground, middle infield. The run will score. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He pulled off that fastball. It's 2-2. Now the sun looks like it's trying to peek through the clouds here. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Joseph Layden. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Excellent pitch there by Nate Wren. There's 2 down.
Now batting number 4, Colin Farley.
That is Wren's first strikeout of the game. Farley now hits with a 154 average out of the 9-hole. And Wren is winding up with a man at third and 2 down. The offering swung on and popped foul off to the right. No balls and 1 strike. Game time start was 4:06 here in Johnstown. The pitch, and that is inside. A ball and a strike on the fastball to Colin Farley. 1-0 Fort Morgan, top of the second inning. The wind and the offering. Swung on in line towards left field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Bodie Wheatley will score. A 2-out RBI single for the senior Colin Farley, and the Mustangs lead 2-0 in the second. And he just guided that baseball into left field. Here is Wheatley, who tripled and scored. I don't know if we need some more baseballs here. And a nice job of Briggs Wheatley, check that, of Colin Farley, just sending that into left. And it was a nice job of Wheatley, what he did his first at bat on that 2-strike breaking ball. And that ball really carried when he hit it to right. Farley dives back to first off the throw. You can fill up your cooler, gas up your car. Stubbs Gas and Oil, easy and convenient. Make them the only stop you need on your way to the big game. Stubbs Gas and Oil. Wren looks in. The pitch swung on and lined into right field for a base hit beyond the diving wall. Farley around second, advancing to third, and the throw gets up the left field side into foul territory, but Farley stays at third and Wheatley into second. That'll be a single, and he goes to second on the throw. And now 2 runners are in scoring position. The Mustangs have 3 hits in the inning and 5 in the game. Yeah, I'm not sure why they tried to throw all the way through. It was clear that Farley was going to be there in time. Fajardo singled, driving in Wheatley in the first. Mustangs have scored a run in each of the first 2 innings, but not done yet in the second. Nate Wren will deliver. The breaking ball is a strike, a beautiful pitch on the inner half at the knees. No balls and 1 strike to the Mustang shortstop. He's looking once again to pull that if he gets that pitch. The 0-1. Swung on and chopped to third. It takes a hop off the third baseman. Picked up by Sanchez. He has no play. And that scores a run. Farley crossing home plate, E5. And Fort Morgan leads 3-0 in the second. So Fort Morgan takes advantage of the miscue. And here's Frank Ortega. Wheatley had to hold up at second. The pitch, and that's over but low. 1 ball and no strikes. That'll be an unearned run. Ortega grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. Wren looks back to the lead runner. Again to the plate. In the dirt, blocked beautifully there by Salvatore. 2 balls and no strikes. Threw him some off speed. And Fort Morgan working up this pitch count. Wren is already at 41 pitches. You're allotted 110 with full rest. At second is Wheatley. Fajardo at first. Ortega waits the 2-0 pitch. Here it is. Down and in. 3-0. And Nate Wren so far has walked one and struck out one. And in trouble here against Ortega. The pitch. Down and away. It's a 4-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded for Jesse Campa, who drew a walk in the first inning. And he could give the Mustangs a pretty comfortable lead, although nothing is comfortable after what we saw last Tuesday when the Mustangs were up by 4 on 2 occasions. We'll have a visit to the Hill. And again, just like the bottom of the first was extended via the air, the top of the second has been extended because of the air by third baseman Mario Sanchez. Fort Morgan with a 3-0 lead, a run in the first and 2 here in the second. And we know the power Jesse has, and if you hit that ball into left field now, keep in mind, left center, it's kind of a weird shape to this field. It's 400 in the alleys and 385 straight away. Normally it's the opposite. The alleys are more shallow than straightaway center. So here we go. This is a big hitter for Nate Wren. Jesse Campa here to the plate. Wind and pitch. Breaking ball, check swing, foul. Off to the right side. No balls and 1 strike. Whately, Fajardo, and Ortega on the base paths. Well, I think Ortega, he might have a courtesy runner over there. The pitch in the dirt, blocked by Salvatore up the first base side, or is Frank out there? 1-1. Normally they get a courtesy runner for the pitcher. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the wind by Wren and the offering, and that's up and in. 2-1. Here to Jesse Campa, 3-0 Fort Morgan, top of the second, 2 down, bases loaded. The pitch, swung on, lined, foul. Oh man, that was headed for the corner. That would have been major trouble there. Well, I think Frank's at first. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I didn't see a courtesy runner go in for him. It's just tough to tell from this vantage point. Well, you got to watch out for anything. He's got a pitch to play with, and we know that Wren's got a pretty good curveball. He struck out Layden on that curveball earlier this inning. Both runs have scored with 2 down in this inning for Fort Morgan. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jesse Campa. The wind by Wren and the pitch. Swung on in line towards right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. That scores a run. Fajardo's around third. The throw to the plate is going to be late. Ortega to third. It's a 2-run single for Jesse Campa. And the Mustangs have played at 4 in the second inning and lead 5-0 in Johnstown. He just took the pitch the other way. And Fort Morgan has unloaded in this frame. David Keller grounded to second. The Mustangs now have 4 hits of the inning, and they've capitalized on a Roosevelt miscue. Here's the stretch. Keller awaits the pitch, and that's up and in with a breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Okay, now we know it's a courtesy runner at third. Yep, that is, well, it is Ortega. It's just Samson Ortega. Okay, I knew it was an Ortega out there. It looked like an Ortega. So Samson wearing number 42 running at third. And the pitch. Breaking ball is low. Runner goes to second. The throw's going to be made. Headed to the plate now is Ortega. He scores. Campa's in a rundown. He's going to be tagged out, but the run does score. The run does score. And Fort Morgan's going to play 5 in the inning. Good play there by Jesse Campa. That'll go 2-6-3 as he was tagged out. But the Mustangs in the frame score 5 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and nobody left. 6-0 the score. 6-0 after an inning and a half on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Well, the Mustangs have to treat this like a 0-0 game now, even though they lead 6-0
Number 6,
with a
Mario
5-run second inning. It'll be Mario Sanchez, the third baseman, leading off for Roosevelt. 6, 7, and 8 against Frank Ortega. Yeah, big inning for Ortega. You'd think 6 runs is enough, but it wasn't against Northridge. The breaking ball's a strike on the outside corner at the knees. Sanchez hitting .333 in the early going. And the offering. Swung on and tapped foul up the third base side. A little tapper there. It's 0-2. Another breaking ball thrown by Frank, trying to mix up his pitches. Mustangs did commit an error in the first inning, but no damage done. No balls and 2 strikes. Velasquez setting up outside. The pitch, and that's down and away as the hat goes flying off the head of Frank Ortega. Not quite like we saw 2 weeks ago when the temperature was in the 40s and the wind was even more fierce in Thornton as Fort Morgan won that game 13-10. Yeah, the last 2 Tuesdays we've had double-digit scoring. The pitch, down and away with a fastball. It's 2-2. 23 runs combined 2 weeks ago. That was April the 5th, and last Tuesday, 29. The pitch, breaking ball down and away. Well, Sanchez is not biting. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Don't want to mess around here if you're Frank. Just let him hit it. 3-2 here to Sanchez. Gets the sign and the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right. 6 runs on 6 hits for the Mustangs. No runs, no hits for Roosevelt. Both teams have committed an error. Roosevelt left 2 on in the opening inning. Fort Morgan through 2 has left just 1 base runner on the base paths. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ortega to the plate. Swung on and lifted right side along the line. Long run for Farley, still coming. And he could not find the baseball. Lands in front of him for a base hit. Farley never saw the ball. Farley did not see that baseball, kind of wondering where it was, and it dropped in for a base hit from Sanchez. Yeah, that sun is pointing towards the right fielder, I guess. Here's Jaden Smith. That's too bad. That was routine if he saw it. Smith hitting .500, limited number of plate appearances. And Sanchez, not even with a lead, he's almost standing next to the bag. The pitch, breaking ball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, Frank can just work on the hitter unless Sanchez decides to take a lead of at least a few feet, but he's very close to the bag. The pitch, that's a strike with a fastball in the outer half thigh high. Count levels to Jaden Smith, 1 ball and 1 strike. Fort Morgan leads 6-0 over Roosevelt in the bottom of the second inning in Johnstown. Ortega, again, he really doesn't need to protect too much against that runner. The pitch, swung on line, base hit along the right field line. Farley's going to have to field it to his left. Sanchez around second, he's in there to third. And it's first and third to begin the inning off back-to-back singles. Excellent piece of hitting there for Jaden Smith.
Now batting, number 4, Elias Pardo.
Here is Elias Pardo. Mustang just looking for something in the middle on the ground. Well, it started with a pop fly single. Now Velasquez relaying those first and third signs. Now Roosevelt looking for a crooked number. Are we going to see another week of high scoring on a Tuesday? The stretch, step off. Yeah, desperately need an out here. I know you're up 6-0, but if not, this gets it started for Roosevelt. The pitch, fastball is upstairs. So the 6 and 7 hitters have both reached. 1 ball and no strikes. Sanchez off of third. Smith at first. Ortega to the plate. Runner goes. That is a strike. Throw to second. It's going to be cut off by the shortstop, Fajardo. It'll be a steal there for Smith, and 2 in scoring position. Well, even if they score a couple of runs, no more than that will be fine. I mean, a maximum of 2 is what you want to allow if you're Fort Morgan. With 2 runners on base and no outs, way outside with a fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Elias Pardo, the left fielder today for Roosevelt. Ortega stretches. Ortega to the plate. Swung on and foul to the screen and a fastball up in the zone. Well, Ortega does have a strikeout. It was in a breaking ball to end the first inning. And Roosevelt had 2 on base there when he got out of the jam. 2-2 to Pardo. Ortega looks back. The pitch. And that changeup is up and in. 3-2. Josh Langford does not want to go to the bullpen early. He's got a limited number of pitching options. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch to Pardo. Not even close. Up and away. It's a walk, and the bases are loaded for Michael Wall, the 9-hitter. Wall hitting .286. Here comes Josh Langford. Exactly what the Mustangs wanted to prevent. But the pop fly single got the rally started. Then a line drive single and a walk. Yeah, can't go through this 2 weeks in a row. Not with your ace on the mound. Have to find a way to stop the bleeding here. Even though Fort Morgan leads 6-0, but we are very early in this game. And you're turning the lineup over right after this batter. Premier Farm Credit in Fort Morgan, Sterling, Yuma, and Holyoke. The gold standard in ag lending, Premier Farm Credit. Let's see if Ortega can throw a special pitch or pitches here to minimize the damage. No damage yet, but you can see it coming. So here is Michael Wall, right-handed hitter. The second baseman today for Roosevelt. The stretch, the pitch, and that's in the dirt, blocked by Velasquez. 1 ball and no strikes. Oh, man, you don't want this to be a brand new game. And they still need to get 2 or 3 aboard here to make this a brand new game. The offering, swing and a miss. Tied him up there on a fastball. The count levels at 1-1. Got to get these hitters off balance. 1 ball and 1 strike to Michael Wall. The bases are loaded with nobody out. Bottom 2, 6-0 Fort Morgan. The pitch. Fastball is up and away. He did miss. It's 2-1. Yeah, that was high. Ortega thought he might have had a strike, but that was definitely high. Let's see if this is a fastball and a 2-1. And that one is upstairs as well. He missed. Same location. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now he's got to come in with 1. 3-1 to Michael Wall. The stretch and the offering. And that is a ball. Up and away again. It's a bases loaded walk. Scoring is Sanchez at 6-1 Fort Morgan. Oh, man. This is 6-9, too. Saya sent Keller to the warning track in the first inning. The way this is smelling, Fort Morgan's going to be lucky to have a 1 or 2 run lead after this inning. The first 4 have reached for Roosevelt. And the pitch. That's a fastball up and away. He's locating in the same spot. He's not going to get that call because that pitch is definitely high. And Ortega now through 39 pitches has thrown just 19 strikes. Has really struggled in this inning. Smith at third, Pardo at second, Wall at first. The offering. That's over for a strike with a fastball at the knees. Count is level at 1-1. Yeah, this game is on the right arm now, Frank Ortega. He's issued 2 consecutive walks to the bottom of the order. The pitch. Breaking ball, not even close, up and away again. His hat goes flying, and Frank looks a little bit discombobulated here. 2 balls and 1 strike. And he's got to get through a few innings here. There's no other option for Coach Langford. Not this early in the game. 2-1, Ortega stretches. Ortega pitches. Swung on, popped up into shallow right field. Long run for Farley, still coming, and he makes the running catch. Tagging up at third and scoring is Jaden Smith at 6-2. Nice play by Farley, and they get the first out of the bottom of the second inning on that sac fly. And that ball was up there for a while, but the sun has disappeared. Here is Salvatore, who grounded to second his first time up. One of 2 left-handed hitters in the lineup. Three balls have been hit to right field in this inning. 2 of them have been pop-ups, but one of them landed for a base hit. The pitch. Fastball is high. A ball and no strikes. To the catcher, Salvatore. Ortega looks back. And the offering. And the breaking ball's inside. He's falling behind hitter after hitter now. It's 2-0. Caden Karabench is on deck. Ortega's walked 2 in the inning. Swung on and popped up into left center field. That's going to be a long run. Keller in the gap, still going. He's going to make the running catch. Runners back to first and second. Nice play in the gap by Keller as Levi McCoy gave way. And 2 down. Mustangs have made 2 excellent plays in the outfield. Karabench reached on the air by Fajardo in the first. Okay, if you keep it at 6-2, it's a successful inning. You scored 5 in the top half of this frame. The offering. Breaking ball's a beauty on the outer half at the knees. It's 0-1. Yeah, it's scary when the ball's hitting the air, because that wind is swirling enough throughout the month of April that you're not sure who's going to make the play. Looking back, the pitch. Curveball is in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. The first 4 reached. We had a bases loaded walk and a sac fly. Ortega looking to minimize the damage. 1-1. Swung on, grounded left side. Fajardo in the hole, flips to second for the out. Nice play by Fajardo, who had to go to 2 knees to make a very difficult play in the hole. And Fort Morgan gets out of that jam with a minimal amount of runs scored by Roosevelt. They get 2 runs in the frame on 2 hits, no errors and 2 left. They've stranded 4 through 2. We head to the third in Johnstown. Fort Morgan 6, Roosevelt 2 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. It's Fort Morgan 6, Roosevelt 2. As we move to the third, David Keller was the hitter when Jesse Campo was caught in a rundown, but it did score Samson Ortega to give Fort Morgan their 5th run of the second. Keller now bats against Nate Wren. He grounded to second his first time up. The pitch, down and in. That was pitch number 50 for Nate Wren. 1 ball and no strikes. A run into first, 5 in the second for the Mustangs. The offering. Fastball is up and in. Yeah, neither starting pitcher has been consistent with the strikes. They're about 50-50 strike-to-ball ratio. And the 2-0 pitch. Swung on line, base hit into left field on the 2-0. As Keller has come up with Fort Morgan's 7th hit of the game. He is now 1 for 2. Here's Velasquez, who doubled on a long fly ball in the first. Actually, was in the second to lead off the frame. When Northridge came back last Tuesday, the Mustangs had allowed 3 runs and got them all back. High throw. Back in diving is David Keller. Velasquez settles back in. Wren stretches. And the pitch. Breaking ball is a beauty at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. Velasquez followed by Langford and Layden in the top half of inning number 3. Fort Morgan leads Roosevelt 6-2. 2-step lead for Keller. Long pause. The pitch. And a check swing on the breaking ball. Did he go? I don't think so. No, he did not. The appeal was made to the field umpire. The count levels at 1-1. Yeah, they don't have the scoreboard in operation here. Everything else is in operation, but the PA and everything else, but not the scoreboard. But we do have it right here. 6-2 Fort Morgan. The pitch. Fastball is high. Yeah, I don't know if the wind is affecting the pitchers or what. I have no idea. It could be. Wren has 28 balls and 27 strikes so far. It would affect the breaking ball, that's for sure. 2-1. Runner goes. Breaking ball swung on and popped up into center. And Erickson's got a beat on it, makes the catch. Keller's got to get back to first to throw. It's going to be offline. And Keller's back in diving, 1 out. Keller wanted to make sure it was caught out there. He was close to getting doubled up. Charlie Langford lined to right. And Keller had a great jump there. So here we go with Langford with an open stance. The pitch in the dirt, and it skips through all the way towards the screen. That'll be a wild pitch on a pitch in the dirt from Wren. Keller to second. 5 o'clock straight up Mountain Time. This is Morgan County's B106, KPRB, Brush, Fort Morgan. I'm John Beltran from Johnstown, a Longs Peak League game. The Mustangs of Fort Morgan lead 6-2 with 1 out, 1 in scoring position in the third. Pitch to Langford, squaring to bunt. That's in the dirt again, but blocked by Salvatore. It is 2-0. Here to Charlie Langford. Last year they played a doubleheader in Fort Morgan as the wind kicks up even more. The pitch, breaking ball, a strike. Down the middle, it's 2-1. Mustangs a year ago swept that doubleheader. Last year in a 16-game schedule, the Mustangs went 9-7. With a win, they'd go 9-4 here. The offering, and that bounces away to the screen again. Another wild pitch. Keller to third. It's 3-1. And there's a lot of territory. Very similar to Legion Field. I don't know if quite as much. Probably less here, but still a lot of territory. That ball gets to the backstop, you're going to score. Yeah, there's, just thinking about it, there's definitely more at Legion. 3 balls and 1 strike. Ran out of the windup. The kick and the pitch. And that one bounces in and blocked by Salvatore. It's a walk. Yeah, Wren refused to give in with a fastball. He just went bender, bender, bender. Joseph Layden struck out on a breaking ball his first time up.
Now batting number 10.
He now bats with runners at first and third and 1 out. Not just a bank in Colorado, they're Bank of Colorado, a proud supporter of local sports and academics. That's Bank of Colorado. The infield is a double play depth. Roosevelt turned a double play in the first inning. Runners at the corners with 1 down. The pitch. Swung on and chopped slowly to short. Saya charges, flips to second for one, and back to first. That's going to be late, and the ball skips by. It will score. David Keller give the RBI to Layden, and Fort Morgan now leads 7-2. Not hit as sharply as the one hit by Ortega. So the Mustangs get a valuable run there.
Now batting number 4, Colin Farley.
Colin Farley with an RBI single in the second. So again, the Mustangs have scored in every inning. Wren stretches. Wren to the plate. Breaking ball is a strike. On the outer half thigh high, it's 0-1. Approaching the 1 hour mark. We're not even halfway through. This could be another long game. We've had lots of long ones on Tuesdays. The pitch swung on, line foul off the end of the bat. Up the right side, it's 0-2. To Colin Farley. No balls and 2 strikes. The stretch by Wren and the pitch. Bounces in. Again, a nice block by Salvatore. One and 2 to Colin Farley. This game moving along at a, I don't know if it's moving along slowly. It's just a lot of runs scored so far. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball down and away. Farley strikes out. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and a man left for the Mustangs. 2 1/2 innings are in the books. Fort Morgan 7, Roosevelt 2 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 7-2, Fort Morgan leads Roosevelt. It'll be Nate Wren to begin the bottom of the third, followed by Caleb Erickson and Mario Sanchez against right-hander Frank Ortega. Remember, the last inning had the first 4 Rough Riders reach. Here's the wind by Ortega, and the pitch swung on and popped foul and out of play. That pitch was well above the letters. It looked fat up there, but it's 0-1. This will be the 50th pitch thrown by Frank. And the offering. Breaking ball bounces in. Count moves to 1-1. Nice to have a clean inning and get back to the dugout for the 4th. The pitch. That's a strike with a fastball in the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nate Wren. He walked his first time up. And Ortega comes home. Breaking ball is fouled off to the right. Good pitch by Frank. Count remains at 1-2. I do love the baseball music we have going on here. Gives it more of a baseball feel. The pitch. Breaking ball down and away as Wren laid off. Two balls and 2 strikes. Frank Ortega gets the sign in the pitch. That's outside. Yeah, I don't want to start this here in the 3rd inning. Ortega struck out 1, but he has walked 3 already. He's been his own worst enemy outside of 1 error. And the 3-2 to Wren, and he's walked 4. That is in the dirt. Oh, man. Here's Caleb Erickson. Struck out swinging. And Botterill will be the courtesy runner. Jaden Botterill for Roosevelt. Well, you keep this up, we're going to have some long half innings. Some very long half innings. It's already been the case so far. We've been averaging About 240 throw back to first. That was offline. Nice backhanded stab there by Wheatley. Back in diving is Botterill. Ortega stretches and the pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball at the letters. No balls and one strike. Fort Morgan scored a run in the first, 5 in the second, 2 in the third. Roosevelt's 2 came in the bottom of the second. It's 7-2. The pitch. Fastball. Runner goes to second. That throws up the second base side. And it's a stolen base. An easy stolen base for Botterill. Fajardo made a nice play just to come down with the ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Erickson. Roosevelt looking to chip away at the lead. The pitch in the dirt. One with the off speed. It's 2-1. Ortega has not been good. 30 balls and 28 strikes. And Nate Wren has also struggled for Roosevelt with a ball-strike ratio. The pitch way outside. Wow. Yeah, this wind, it's got to have an effect on these pitchers. There's no doubt. There is no doubt. Yeah, both pitchers are normally better. They've been better than this all season. 3 balls and no strikes. Mario Sanchez will hit next. And Ortega to the plate. Very high. It's a walk. The first pitch was a strike. And then the next 4, quite frankly, none of them were close. Sanchez singled to right field 1 inning ago and scored. Got to get him to hit the ball on the ground at somebody. Yeah, Frank Ortega in all types of trouble in the early going. Even in the first inning, had to get out of a jam. Roosevelt has stranded 2 in each of the first 2 innings. The pitch, that's up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. And Fort Morgan really only has 4 pitchers. Ortega, Campa, Farley, and Bodie Wheatley. So you're kind of limited to 2 a game. At second is Botterill. Erickson at first. The offering. That's upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, nothing your defense can do here. Absolutely nothing. Ortega stretches. The pitch, not even close. Up and away, 3-0. Oh, man. And there is activity. Bodie Wheatley is warming up in the right field bullpen, a freshman for Fort Morgan. He might have to pitch the remainder of the game the way this is going. 3-0. Yep, up and in. It's another walk. And Frank Ortega has now issued 6 walks in the game. He's loaded the bases in this inning on walks. Jaden Smith had a base hit his first time up. He doesn't get him out. This will be the last hitter. The stretch by Frank and the pitch. Not even close. Not following through. It's up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes Josh Langford. He's seen enough for now. Let's see what's going to happen because you just can't keep him out there. Ortega can't find the zone at all. And that 7-2 lead for Fort Morgan is in jeopardy. Going to try to settle him down. And talking to him about something mechanically. Because the way this is going, I mean, we're going to be here probably till at least 6:30. There are lights here, although we don't anticipate that being a factor considering it's daylight savings. 1 ball and no strikes. A walk to each of the first 3 hitters in the inning. Wren, Erickson, and Sanchez. 1-0 to Jaden Smith. 7-2 Fort Morgan But we're only at the bottom of the third inning from Nelson Park in Johnstown. Ortega out of the stretch. And the pitch. That's on the inside corner. Took something off it. That's strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Velasquez lays down the sign. And the pitch. Oh, very high again. 2-1. Yeah, this will definitely be the last hitter if he walks him. I just don't see how coach can keep him out there. 2-1 pitch. Not even close. He's not following through. 3-1. Just way too high. He's trying to aim it now. 39 strikes, or 39 balls and 29 strikes. It's a lonely position out there. He's already walked in 1 runner. That's a strike. On the inner half, it's 3-2, but got to find another one now. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jaden Smith. This will be pitch number 70 for Frank Ortega. Yeah, he wants to make sure of the count. 3-2. You do not have a pitch to waste. The 3-2 pitch, and that hit him. And here comes Josh Langford. We'll have a pitching change. A run scores. It is now Fort Morgan 7, Roosevelt 3. Bodie Wheatley will take the mound. We'll tell you about the rest of the changes when we come back in the bottom of the third inning in Johnstown on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Bodie Wheatley delivers a ball to begin his portion here, the bottom of the third inning, 7-3. Fort Morgan bases loaded, nobody out to Pardo. Swung on line, base hit into left center field. That's going to score 1. Sanchez going to hold up at third, and the bases are reloaded. As Pardo comes through, Ortega walked the bases loaded and hit a batter. And now it's 7-4. Jesse Campa's now at second. Frank Ortega at third base. Michael Wall walked. First time up. You can't close the book yet on Frank Ortega. The runners at second and third are his responsibility. Bodie Wheatley to the plate. Fastball, a strike by Wheatley. No balls and 1 strike. Only a freshman. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a ball down in the zone. Wheatley with an ERA of 7. This is his 4th appearance. Out of the windup. No balls and 2 strikes. The offering, over but low. 1-2. Yeah, Frank Ortega just lost all his confidence on the mound. Every ounce of it. The pitch. Swung on, grounded to short. Fajardo to a knee, a second for 1, back to first. That's going to be late. And off the glove of Wheatley, that's going to score another run. That'll be an error on Campa. Fielder's choice 6-4, and Campa's throw allowed the runner from second to score. And Jaden Smith, it's now 7-6. Wall gets 1 RBI there. I just... Too many errors for Fort Morgan. That's their second error. Brock Sayas 0 for 1. He's popped out in a sac fly. The pitch squaring to bunt, and he lays it up the third base side. Wheatley's got it. Sets, throws to first for the out. The sacrifice will send Wall to second. 2 down.
Now batting number 8, Giuseppe Salvatore.
Giuseppe Salvatore has grounded out and hit a fly ball to left. But it's essentially a brand new ball game here. And all those runs charged to Frank Ortega. The pitch, up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. We're in the bottom of the third inning. The pitch swung on, grounded to first. Wheatley's got it on a big hop. He will step on the bag, and the inning is thankfully over. Roosevelt is right back in the game. The Rough Riders with 4 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. We head to the 4th inning in Johnstown. Fort Morgan 7, Roosevelt 6 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Fort Morgan had a 7-1 lead going into the bottom of the third. Now it's 7-6 over Roosevelt. It's the line score that bothers you. 7 runs on 7 hits for Fort Morgan, 2 errors. Roosevelt 6 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. The Mustangs have stranded 2. Roosevelt has left 5 on the base paths. Briggs Wheatley has tripled and singled. Top of the order against Nate Wren, who is 66 pitches deep, 33 strikes, 33 balls. But he has been more under control than Frank Ortega, who walked 6 and hit a batter. The pitch. Breaking ball is a strike on the outside corner, just above the knees. It's 0-1. Wren has struck out 2 and walked 3. And the offering. Swing and a miss on a bender. No balls and 2 strikes to Wheatley. Yeah, Fort Morgan's got to get some runs back here, even though they lead by a run. And the offering. Fastball is up and away. A ball and 2 strikes. The sun has disappeared. Maybe the temperature's dropped a little bit. And Wheatley awaits the pitch. Way outside. It was 78 degrees at game time. Nope, still 78. Although the breeze makes it feel different. The pitch. And the curveball is up and away. 3-2 to Briggs Wheatley. Braden Fajardo will follow. And the 3-2 offering swung on and fouled. Went with a curveball down in the zone. Stays at 3-2. To Briggs Wheatley. Wren looking in. Wren to the plate. Way outside. It's a walk. His 4th walk issued.
Now batting number 15, Braden Fajardo.
And here's Braden Fajardo. Fajardo is 1 for 2, a single and an error. He's been on base twice. The stretch and the pitch, and that is in the dirt. Skips up the first base side to second. The throw's going to be late. It's a wild pitch, and Wheatley, with that speed, is in scoring position. It's the type of game it's been. Base runner after base runner after base runner on both sides. And the pitch. That's a strike with a fastball in the inner half. One ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. And the curveball is a strike at the knees. That's the best pitch that Wren has thrown so far in this game. That was a beautiful bender. 1-2. Off of second is Wheatley. Fajardo awaits the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a fastball. Fajardo strikes out. Here's Frank Ortega's grounded out and walked.
Now batting number 6.
Well, let's see if Frank can pick himself up on the offensive end. Needs a confidence boost after his struggles on the hill. 7-6 Fort Morgan in the fourth inning. The offering and the curveball's a strike, and Wren looks like he's gotten into a little bit of a rhythm. Yeah, the Mustangs have not been kept off the board yet, and Wren is looking to do that, even though Fort Morgan's got a runner at second and one out. The pitch. And that one skips to the screen up the third base side, and Wheatley to third. And that's the one thing that has been a struggle for Nate Wren in this game, is that he has thrown quite a few wild pitches. Yeah, that is the fourth wild pitch thrown by the right-hander. The infield is playing back. They will sacrifice a run for an out. 1-1 to Ortega. The offering. That's a strike. Beautiful pitch on the inside corner, thigh high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Both teams have put up big, big numbers. 5 runs in the second for Fort Morgan, 4 in the third for Roosevelt. The pitch. Curveball called, strike 3. Ortega never saw it coming, and he was frozen at the plate, 2 down. Yeah, I think Frank is just deflated after what happened on the mound. Completely deflated. Let's see if Jesse Campa can come through. Campa's walked and singled. He drove in 2 runs with a base hit. Mustangs need him desperately. They certainly need him right now. Here's the wind and pitch. Down and in with a fastball. Right now, Roosevelt has all the momentum. After that 4-run bottom of the third, and they're 1 out away from not allowing Fort Morgan to score. Swing and a miss on a curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike. 83 pitches in now is Nate Wren. And Campa awaits. Fastball inside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. We'll take a look at what they've got in the bullpen, because they'll have to go to it. There's no way that Wren's not going to be able to finish this game. The pitch. Curveball is down and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, they've got, of course, Brock Sy is one of their starters as well. Guntel, Sanchez, and Carabench also pitch. Swung on and lifted down the left field line. That's a long run back for Pardo. Still back towards the fence, and it is gone! A 2-run homer for Jesse Campa over the left field fence, and the Mustangs now lead 9-6 in the top of the 4th inning. He gave that baby a ride, and Fort Morgan has hit their 2nd home run of the season. Yeah, the wind is not knocking it down. The wind is carrying the baseball. And Campa has 4 RBIs today with 2 outs. And Fort Morgan now with a ton of power. The other home run hit this season came from Ortega. David Keller has grounded out and singled. 1 for 2. That's a huge hit for Campa. Wind and pitch. Curveball is up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Here to Keller. Bodie Wheatley is going to be the man here after getting out of the jam. Swung on and fouled at the plate. Might have got a piece of it there at the bottom of the zone of the curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nate Wren would have 1 more inning to go, you would think, considering he's almost at 90 pitches. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Went with a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to David Keller. Junior left fielder. Awaits the pitch from Nate Wren. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Tied him up with a fastball and struck him out. The Mustangs, 2 runs on 1 hit. It was a 2-run homer from Jesse Campa, and the bases were left empty. We head to the bottom of the 4th in 1 minute. Fort Morgan 9, Roosevelt 6 on B106. and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the fourth inning. And let's see what the Mustangs can do here.
Now batting number 3, Caden Caravan.
With Bodie Wheatley on the mound for his first full inning of work. Facing Caden Carabench. And that pitch hit him. Came inside on him. Not a good start here for Fort Morgan.
Now batting number 5, Nate Wren.
Not what the Mustangs needed. It's the way every inning has begun, it seems, except the first inning. Second hit batter by a Mustang pitcher. Carabench was 0 for 2 going in as well. Here is Nate Wren, who's walked twice. The pitch, fastball, a strike by Wheatley. Yeah, this has been very rough. Ortega went 2+ innings, so he pitched into the third. 70 pitches, only 30 strikes. 6 runs, 5 earned, 6 walks, and a hit batter. And that is a ball inside with only 1 strikeout. An awful outing there by Frank. I wish I could say better, but there's no other way to describe it. Short lead at first. Back in standing is Carabench. Fort Morgan leads 9-6. Jesse Camp has driven in 4 with a 2-run single and a 2-run homer. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch swung on and lifted into foul territory, now drifting fair along the first base line. Out as Wheatley makes the catch about 3 steps into the grass, and there's 1 down.
Now batting number 10.
1 down here for
Erickson.
Caleb Erickson. He struck out and walked. And he scored in that 4-run third for Roosevelt. Be so nice if they can get a double play here. Get out of it quick. The pitch. A strike on the outside corner took something off it. And Wheatley's attacking the strike zone right now. Carabench with a 2-step lead. The pitch. And that is a strike. Wow. They got the outside corner. That was a borderline strike, and it's 0-2 to Caleb Erickson, left-handed hitter. Wheatley stretches. The pitch outside with a fastball. A ball and 2 strikes. 9 runs on 8 hits for the Mustangs. 6 runs, 3 hits for Roosevelt. The Mustangs with 2 errors in the game. Roosevelt with 1. Fort Morgan has only stranded 2, and Roosevelt has left 5 on the bases. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. The pitch. And that is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch. Thigh high. Erickson goes down looking. 2 down. And that is strikeout number 2 by Fort Morgan pitching. Mario Sanchez has singled and walked. And he has scored in this game. And time is called. Velasquez wants to relay the signs. Wheatley looking to get right back into the dugout. Doing a nice job for Fort Morgan, only a freshman. 2-step lead at first. Bodie Wheatley at the belt. The pitch. And that is just a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes. Fort Morgan has not trailed in the game. They've led by as many as 5. Actually, it was 6-0 early. Swung on, driven deep along the line and left. If it's fair, it's trouble, and that is foul. Keller sprinting to his right. 1 ball and 1 strike. I got a little bit too much of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 down. 9-6 Fort Morgan leads Roosevelt in Johnstown in the bottom of the 4th inning. Wheatley gets the sign from Velasquez. Wheatley stretches. And the pitch. Swung on, popped up. Foul territory, third base side. Ortega's calling for it, and he makes the grab. And Bodie Wheatley does his job in the bottom of the fourth inning. He hits a batter, but that's it. We head to the fifth. The Mustangs 9, the Roosevelt Rough Riders 6 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Antonio Velasquez will hit to begin the fifth inning.
Antonio Velasquez.
Fort Morgan leads Roosevelt 9-6. They've scored in every frame. Velasquez has doubled the left and popped to center. He's 1 for 2. And this will be the final if he gets through this inning. Nate Wren has thrown 90 pitches. He can throw 20 more, and that's it. The pitch. And the curveball is down and away. A ball and no strikes. They're going to appeal. He didn't swing there. Yeah. Velasquez followed by Langford and Layden. 6, 7, and 8 against the tall right-hander. And the offering. And that nearly clipped him. 2-0. I don't know how it didn't hit Velasquez. I guess he barely got out of the way. Here's the wind and the 2-0 pitch. And that's over, but low. Let's see. Nate Wren has walked 4 in the game. He has struck out 5. The pitch. And that is a strike on the inside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. The Mustangs are playing their 13th game of the season. Roosevelt's only their 9th. 3-1. Swung on and grounded to short. Saya to his left has got it. Sets. Fires to first. 1 down. 1 down for Charlie Langford, who is lined to right and walked.
Now batting number 11, Charlie Langford.
Yeah, that line to right, he really hit that ball hard, but Guntel made a nice play coming in. Here's the wind of the pitch, and that takes it inside, up and in. Looked like he was squaring to bunt, but then he backed off. 1 ball and no strikes. Mustangs, I don't think they've bunted this game. Lots of hitting, but no bunting. Roosevelt has bunted. The offering. Curveball is a strike, a beauty on the outer half with the knees. And the count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike to Charlie Langford. In the top of the 5th inning, and Fort Morgan leads 9-6 in Johnstown. Kick in the pitch. Swung on line. Base hit into right field. Charlie Langford gets his first hit of the game. And here comes Joseph Layden. Layden, or check that, it'll be Bodie Wheatley.
Bodie Wheatley.
Wheatley will now hit in this spot since coming into the game. Yeah, I don't believe Bodie has a hit yet this year in a limited number of plate appearances. Let's see for Wheatley, the stretch. And the offering. Swing and a miss way out in front of that curveball. Yeah, Wheatley so far is 0 for 10. That's a big graduation. Hitting at the varsity level as a freshman, and he takes the fastball down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. 100 pitches deep is Nate Wren. Langford with a 2.5 to 3-step lead. The runner goes. Swung on and grounded towards the shortstop, and Saya was covering the bag. It's a base hit, and now headed for third is Langford, and no throw will be made. And what a beautiful hit and run by Bodie Wheatley, his first hit of his varsity career. First and third for Colin Farley. That was beautiful.
Colin Farley.
He stuck the bat out there, and the ball just bounced into left center. Now, credit Saya. He tried to serve as a decoy there so Langford wouldn't go to third, but Langford was able to finally read it. Farley has singled and struck out And he drove in a run with his base hit in the second. Fort Morgan looking to score for a 5th consecutive inning. The pause. The pitch. In the dirt, skips away up the first base side. And scoring easily is Langford on the wild pitch. To second is Bodie Wheatley. And Fort Morgan now leads 10-6 in the top of the 5th inning. Wild pitch number 5 for Nate Wren. And Farley ahead in the count at 1-0. Oh, he's got a shot here to drive in more. Looking back, the pitch. And that's in the dirt, blocked nicely by Salvatore. 2 balls and no strikes. Fort Morgan has scored the last 3 runs of this game after Roosevelt made this a 7-6 game. Farley awaits the pitch. It's 2-0. To the plate. That is just a little bit low. Good pitch, but barely missed. 3-0. We'll find out if Coach Saya pulls Nate Wren after this batter or he allows him to pitch to Briggs Wheatley. Wheatley's had a big day against Nate Wren. And the 3-0. That is low. It's a walk on a fastball. And this is going to be it here for Nate Wren. 105 pitches with first and second, and he has not retired Briggs Wheatley. I think he could only face one more hitter more than likely anyway. So we will have a pitching change here in Johnstown in the top of the 5th inning. It is Fort Morgan 10, Roosevelt 6 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brock Saya is the new pitcher. We know Nate Wren is at first base now. That would send Jaden Smith to short. And those are the changes here for Roosevelt. In the top of the 5th inning, the Mustangs lead by a 10-6 score. Briggs Wheatley has tripled, singled, and walked. Been on base 3 times. And he's facing the right-hander Saya, making his 4th appearance. Mustangs could reclaim as much as a 6-run lead. Runners at first and second. The pitch swung on and fouled off to the left. There's 1 down here in the 5th inning. And you've got some big bats coming up for the Mustangs. Bodie Wheatley at second. Colin Farley at first. The offering. And the bender goes all the way to the screen. 2 runners in scoring position. And now it's 1-1. Now let's see what they're going to rule. I don't know if the ball hit Wheatley. I don't think, are they going to say he maybe tried to swing at it? Let's see what the discussion is. They're going to say it was hit by the pitch. Yeah, I thought that it might have been because it ricocheted. That was a weird ricochet. So Wheatley was hit by the pitch on the front foot, and the bases are loaded here for Braden Fajardo. Singled, driving in a run aboard on an air, and struck out. 1 for 3, and a big at-bat here for Fajardo. The stretch by Saya, and the pitch. Fastball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Fort Morgan with a 10-6 advantage in the top of the 5th inning. Wheatley, the lead runner at third. The offering, and the breaking ball is bounced in. 2-0. Nowhere to put him now. And Salvatore's been busy behind the plate. He's had a lot of pitches to contend with. 2 balls and no strikes. Fajardo awaits the offering. Swung on and grounded left side. It's a base hit into left center field. That's going to score a run. Farley around third, and he will find home plate sliding in. It's a 2-run single by Braden Fajardo. He has 3 RBIs in the game, and Fort Morgan has extended the lead. It's 12-6 in the 5th inning. And he did it on a 2-0 pitch.
Frank Ortega.
Here is Frank Ortega. And the pitch is a strike with a fastball. Ortega has grounded to short, walked, and struck out. He is 0 for 1 in the game. The Mustangs back up by 6 runs. The offering, breaking ball down and away. Count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Fort Morgan once again has scored in double figures, but they lost the previous 2 games. Doing the same thing offensively. The pitch swung on and chopped foul along the third base side. Count is at 1-2 to Frank Ortega. Fort Morgan with a run in the first, 5 runs in the second, a run in the third, 2 in the fourth, 3 so far here in the 5th. And the offering. Swung on, line, base hit into center field. Rounding third is Briggs Wheatley to the plate. He's going to score. Frank Ortega's come through. The Mustangs have 4 runs in the inning, 12 hits in the game, and lead Roosevelt 13-6. Runners again at first and second. Fajardo could only get the second. Here is Campa, who's had a huge game, a 2-run single and a 2-run homer. His first plate appearance was a walk. Stretch by Saya, the pitch. Swung on, popped up on the right side into foul territory. The pitcher, Saya, makes the catch for the out. That's a nice play by Saya. 2 down. Here's David Keller.
Now batting number 18, David Keller.
Keller has grounded out, singled, and struck out. He is 1 for 3. Oh, man, Jesse saw a fat one there. He thought he was going to be able to do something with it. Saya looks back to pitch. That's a strike with a fastball down the heart of the plate. It is 0-1. To David Keller. Fajardo, the lead runner at second, taking off for third. There's the throw, and he slides, and I think he's going to be out. Yep, the throw to third, and he's out. He tried to go in with his right hand in first, and Fajardo is caught stealing. Caught stealing. 1-5. That ends the top of the 5th, but the Mustangs score 4 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a man left. 4 1/2 innings are in the books. It's Fort Morgan 13, Roosevelt 6 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Well, the Mustangs hopefully have established control of this game. They lead Roosevelt, but still plenty of outs to go. 13-6. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Jaden Smith, 1 for 1. The pitch, down and in. He singled and was hit by a pitch. Bodie Wheatley's done an excellent job since coming into the game for Frank Ortega. Wheatley's the pitcher of record, the offering. And that rides inside, 2-0, 7, 8, and 9 for Roosevelt at the bottom of the 5th inning. Fort Morgan up by 7 runs. The offering. Swung on and chopped foul along the third base side. Well, you got to find somebody for next year and the year after. Great to do it with a freshman in Wheatley. The other 3 pitchers on the staff are seniors. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the offering. Swung on and fisted down the left field line. That is fair. Man, he got it in on the hands, but Smith fought it off for a base hit. A little looper into left field. That's a good pitch by Wheatley, but Smith was able to get it into left field. Base hit number 4 for Roosevelt. Here's Elias Pardo, who's walked and singled. Wheatley looking in, delivers. Up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. From Bodie Wheatley to Pardo. Here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The stretch by the right-hander. The pitch. Swung on and lifted to left field. That should be a routine play for Keller. Goes back and makes the catch. A wind-aided fly ball. It just kept going, but it stayed in. 1 down. Back to first is Smith. Michael Wall has walked and grounded into a 6-4 fielder's choice. So he is 0 for 1. Jaden Smith with a 1-step lead. Wheatley throws to first. I'm not sure if he knows how short the lead is. Man, you don't need to really keep him close when he's already that close to the bag, but kind of want to make sure that he doesn't go anywhere. Keep the double play intact. Pitch to Wall. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes, approaching the 2-hour mark of this game. And it's been a wild one. Fort Morgan has settled down, though, after Frank Ortega really scuffled in the 3rd inning. The pitch, and that is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Wheatley has fallen behind here to a couple of hitters. And this is the 9th place hitter. The lineup gets even better here after Wall. The pitch, and that ball hit him. Well, I'm telling you, you don't mess around with Roosevelt. This team knows how to come back. First and second, 3rd hit batter of the game, second by Wheatley. Saya's only 0 for 1. He flew to left. Then a sac fly and then a sacrifice bunt. And Saya's first at bat, he gave the ball a ride. Yeah, Wheatley playing with some fire here. With 2 on and 1 out. The pitch. Swung on, hit off the end of the bat on the ground. Right side, fielded by Wheatley. Flips to the pitcher, covering for the out. That's an excellent play, 3-1. Boy, Wheatley, a senior to a freshman. But it looked like a senior to a senior. 2 down. What a nice job of Bodie Wheatley racing to the bag against the speedy Brock Saya. And here's Salvatore, who's been retired all 3 times. Grounded to second, popped to left, and grounded to first. He is 0 for 3. And you do have 2 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bodie Wheatley stretches. The pitch, and the curveball is up and away, straight up at 6 o'clock. Mountain Time. This is KPRB, Brush, Fort Morgan. Morgan County's B106, also on the TuneIn app. He's going to now operate from the windup. To the plate. Swung on line, caught by the first baseman, Briggs Wheatley. A line drive hit by Salvatore, and Roosevelt does not score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. 5 complete. It's Fort Morgan 13, Roosevelt 6 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustangs lead Roosevelt 13-6. Let's head to the 6th. David Keller, followed by Antonio Velasquez and Charlie Langford against right-hander Brock Saya. And this game, hopefully, is now in the firm control of the Mustangs. It was 7-6, and then really the big hit was the 2-run homer by Jesse Campa with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Then Fort Morgan tacked on 4 more.
Now batting number 18, David Keller.
Keller was at the plate when Jesse Campo was tagged out earlier in the game. He was at the plate when Braden Fajardo was caught stealing. So he begins the 6th inning. It's a strike. A ground out, a single, and a strikeout for David Keller. And the offering. Fastball is down and away off the glove of Salvatore. 1 ball and 1 strike. Close the book here on Nate Wren. The right-hander went 4 1/3, 105 pitches, 12 runs, 8 earned. The pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss. Allowed 10 hits, 5 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 5 wild pitches. 1-2, the offering. In the dirt, scooped out by Salvatore. It's 2-2. To David Keller. And the pitch. Way outside again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Saya, a terrific athlete. Football, baseball, basketball, a really good athlete. The 3-2. That is just outside. Woo, that barely missed. That barely missed, and it's a walk to David Keller. And that is the 6th walk issued by a Roosevelt pitcher. Velasquez has doubled, popped to center, and grounded to short. 1 for 3. Keller's got plenty of speed at first. The pitch. Curveball is a strike on the outside corner. Nice sweeping breaking ball by Brock Saya. Fort Morgan today has got 12 hits, throwback to first, back in diving. Roosevelt with only 4 hits, but they've been issued a few walks. They did take advantage. They got right back into the game. The pitch. Swung on line foul. Just shy of the dugout, occupied by Fort Morgan on the first base side. No balls and 2 strikes to Velasquez. Let's see if Saya goes with a breaking ball here. The pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled back to the screen. Tried to hit the outside corner. Count remains at 0-2. Throw back to first. A close play. Back in diving, though, is Keller. As Nate Wren applied the tag. No balls and 2 strikes to the Mustang catcher. Runner goes. Breaking ball is fouled off. Took that little half swing. Keller back to first, and it remains at 0-2 again. Here to Antonio Velasquez. Fort Morgan has scored the last 6 runs of the game. They lead Roosevelt 13-6. Saya gets the sign from Salvatore. The pitch. Swung on, grounded right side. Wall to his left. Has to go underneath his glove into shallow right field. Now to third is Keller. The throw, the slide. He's going to be out. And the Mustangs have not run the bases well today. That's 3 runners out on the bases. That'll go as an error on Wall. And then Keller eliminated 9-5 at third base. 1 down.
Now batting number 11, Charlie Langford.
Here is Charlie Langford. But Fort Morgan's got to run the bases better. Without a doubt, they've had Campa, but Campa's was more of a design. But the last 2 innings, Braden and Keller have been out at third base. The pitch, squaring to bunt. It's a strike on a curveball. Charlie lined out, walked, singled, and scored. 1 for 2 in the game. Fort Morgan has scored in the first 5 innings. Throw back to first, back in diving is Velasquez. The stretch. And the pitch. That's a strike with a fastball. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Curveball called, strike 3. Man, an excellent pitch by Saya. 2 down.
Batting number 2, Bodie Wheatley.
2 down here with Bodie Wheatley, who singled and scored. The offering. Fastball is a ball. One ball and no strikes. And the offering swung on and grounded a short, and Smith's got it, and he will run to the bag for the force. And the Mustangs do not score in an inning for the first time in the game. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and a man left. 5.5 complete. Fort Morgan 13, Roosevelt 6 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back in Johnstown hit the bottom of the 6th inning where Fort Morgan leads Roosevelt 13-6. And for the first time in the game, Fort Morgan did not score as Brock Saya did his job. It'll be Caden Carabench, Nate Wren, and Caleb Erickson against freshman Bodie Wheatley. Carabench is 0 for 2, a board on an error, a fielder's choice, and he was hit by a pitch.
Now batting number 3.
Now, Bodie Wheatley, since coming in, has not allowed a run. I mean, 2 2/3 innings of outstanding work. So stepping in here is Carabench. The pitch is up and in, 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch, and that is low and away. It is 2-0 here to Carabench in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bodie Wheatley trying not to fall behind here after struggling a bit in the 5th inning, and it's 3-0 down and away. The Mustangs just need 6 outs here to secure this victory. They were up early, and then Roosevelt came right back into the game. Here is the 3-0. And that's a strike with a fastball down the middle. Send a shout out to my buddy, Jay Sharfstein. Lived in New York for a long time. We grew up in Miami together, now living in Jacksonville. The 3-1. Swung on and grounded foul up the third base side. Now, we call him the Sharf. And Sharf asked me, I thought he knew me. I thought he knew me. Yes. Okay. We were raised in Miami, and the Heat and the Hawks are playing right now. And the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded down the third base side. Fair along the line. Beyond the reach of Frank Ortega, rounding first and staying there is Carabench. And it's a base hit, and the Rough Riders have picked up their 5th hit of the game. And here's Nate Wren, who's walked twice and popped out. He's 0 for 1. Now, there's no doubt, all right, there's no doubt that I like the Heat. But the Miami Heat came into existence in 1988. And I was born in Atlanta. And Brian knows next to me, if you have 2 allegiances, you go with the number 1. It's the Atlanta Hawks for me. I know they're the 8th seed. The pitch swung on and popped up in the infield, and the shortstop Fajardo behind the bag and to the second base side makes the catch. And there's 1 down in the bottom of the 6th inning as Nate Wren is retired. And that'll send up Caleb Erickson, who struck out, walked, and struck out looking. He's 0 for 2. So even though I know, and Sharf, I hope you feel better, not feeling well. So he's bedridden right now. But I do expect the Heat to win that series. I called it in 6 games before the series began, only because the Hawks have Trae Young. Throw back to first, back in diving is Carabench. But the Hawks got to play a lot better tonight. They were drubbed in Game 1 on Sunday. And Game 2 is already underway, and that is just off the corner, 1 ball and no strikes. I'm almost frightened to look at the score this early, but, well, the Hawks are up by 2 early in the second quarter. Oh, they got to play better after getting beaten that badly on Sunday in Miami. 1 ball and no strikes here to Caleb Erickson. 13-6, Fort Morgan leads Roosevelt in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch, swung on and driven in the air into deep right center field. Into the gap is McCoy. Can't get to that baseball. It takes a hop and goes over the fence. It'll be an automatic double, a ground rule double for Caleb Erickson. And he drove that a long way, and Roosevelt has runners at second and third with 1 down for Mario Sanchez, who has singled, walked, and popped out to foul territory. So, yeah, Sharp, I'm definitely going for the Hawks. I mean, if the Heat win, I'm not going to be upset, because then I'll root for them the rest of the playoffs. But I cannot take Miami over Atlanta in any respect. Not the Dolphins over the Falcons. Certainly not the Marlins over the Braves. I'd have to be drinking to do that. And Bodie Wheatley to the plate. That's a fastball for a strike on the outside corner. Thigh high, it's 0-1. The Mustangs are playing the infield back with a 7-run lead. And runners at second and third for Roosevelt with 1 down. And Wheatley out of the windup as Velasquez lays down the sign. Swung on and chopped foul along the third base side. No balls and 2 strikes. We're 2 hours and 7 minutes deep. At 6:15 Mountain Time here in Northeast Colorado. The game time temp was at 78 degrees. It feels like it's dropped a little bit. We're at 76, not too bad. 0-2 to Mario Sanchez. And the offering. Swung on and chopped left side. The shortstop Fajardo right underneath his glove into left field. A run will score, and to third is Erickson. It will be an RBI for Sanchez, but Fajardo commits his second error of the game, and it's now 13-7 Fort Morgan. And here is Jaden Smith, and this guy's been trouble. He has singled twice and been hit by a pitch, so he's been on base 3 times. Now Sharp's going to have me checking the Hawks score constantly. 37-36 with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Yeah, I'm going to be all over this. Brian might have to take the mic. I'm just worried about the playoffs now. I had deflected myself from the playoffs, and now Sharp has me concentrating on this game. All right, so here we go with Smith. With 2 on and 1 out, 13-7 Fort Morgan, bottom of the 6th inning. Short lead at first by Sanchez, and that pitch is a strike. On the outer half, no balls and 1 strike. And feel better, buddy. Feel better. 0-1. And the pitch. And that's down and away. Took something off of the count. Is at 1-1. Here to Jaden Smith. Erickson at third. Sanchez at first. Erickson had the big double into the right center field gap earlier this inning. The freshman delivers. Swung on and lifted down the right field side. Long run for Farley along the line. Makes the running catch. Tagging at third is Erickson. He will score. It's a sacrifice fly for Smith, and Roosevelt draws to within 5. It's 13-8. But more importantly, out number 2. Back to first is Sanchez. Wheatley facing Elias Pardo, the pitch. Swung on, lifted foul, and out of play off to the right. Pardo has walked, singled, and he's also flown to left field, a pop-up to left. He is 1 for 2. They have scored for the first time since the 3rd inning with 2 runs across. The pitch, that's off the plate. A ball and 1 strike here to Pardo, the number 8 hitter in the Roosevelt lineup. Yeah, we're looking at another long game, probably about 2.5 hours. We're at 2:12 right now. The pitch, swung on, line off the pitcher, and that ball's into center field. Let's see if Wheatley's okay. I don't know if it got him at all or just hit the pitching rubber, but that was scorched right up the middle. Man, he had to leap out of the way, and it's a solid base hit for Pardo. His second of the game. Here's Wall. That thing was scorched. Keep in mind that Wheatley has thrown 50 pitches now. Wallace walked, grounded into a fielder's choice, and hit by a pitch. The offering, swing and a miss. On a ball down in the zone, no balls and one strike. Fort Morgan scored a run in the first and 5 in the second to grab a 6-run lead. Their biggest lead has been 7, now down to 5. The offering, swung on, driven to left field. Keller's coming in. Keller makes the catch. The running catch is made by David Keller, and Roosevelt does score in the inning, though I should say the Rough Riders scored 2 runs on 3 hits. There was a Mustang error and 2 left. 6 complete in Johnstown. Fort Morgan 13, Roosevelt 8 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the 7th inning. We'll see. The Mustangs need some insurance runs. That would help. They're up 13-8 on Roosevelt. 9-1-2 for the Mustangs. Colin Farley had a huge RBI single. That came back in the second inning, 1 for 2. And the pitch is a little bit up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Brock Sayas really economized his pitches. That was only his 28th. He's the second pitcher for Roosevelt in this game. And the offering, that is low. One with a fastball again, 2 balls and no strikes. I don't think we've had a clean inning on either side in terms of 1, 2, 3. The pitch, up and in. 3-0. Yeah, Roosevelt has stranded 10 runners in the game. Strike, fastball inside corner, so they've had more opportunities. Fort Morgan has stranded only 4. 3-1 to Farley. Down and away, it's a walk. And
now batting number 8.
Second walk issued by Saya. 7 walks have been issued by Roosevelt pitching. And here's Briggs Wheatley. Perfect day so far. A triple, a single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. He's been aboard 4 times in the game. The stretch by Saya, the pitch. Swung on and tapped foul behind the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Fort Morgan looking to win for the first time in over a week after losing 2 games to Northridge last week. Stretch by Saya, the pitch. And that's up and away with a heater. And the count levels at 1-1. Leadoff walks usually come home to score. About 70% of the time. Throw back to first, back and diving is Farley. Mustangs have done virtually everything right offensively except run the bases. That's been a little bit of an issue. 1 ball and 1 strike to Briggs Wheatley. Throw back to first and back and diving again, it's Farley. Saya's got a good move over there. Farley's got to be careful. Stretching, pitching. Swung on and popped up into left field. That's got some carry. Pardo is way back. Still going, and the ball takes a bounce towards the fence. Farley's around second, headed for third. They're going to hold him up right there. And Briggs Wheatley has 3 hits today and has been on base 5 times. Did he give that a ride?
Now batting number 15, Braden Fajardo.
Wheatley with a triple, a double, and a single. And here's Fajardo, 2 for 4. He just had a 2-run single in his most recent at-bat. Yeah, I'm surprised that Roosevelt isn't bringing the infield in. Got none to lose here. The pitch and the breaking ball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes to Fajardo. The pitch. Swung on and chopped over the mound, headed for center field. That's a base hit. Scoring is Farley around third as Wheatley to the plate. And Braden Fajardo's done it again. Another 2-run single for the senior. And Fort Morgan leads 15-8 in the 7th inning. Fajardo with 3 hits today.
Now batting number 6, Frank Ortega.
There's Frank Ortega. Ortega has grounded out, walked, struck out looking, and he had an RBI single. Well, this Fort Morgan team can rake. They've been doing it for most of the season. They struggled early. Swing and a miss. The Mustangs now have 14 hits today. It's 0-1. The stretch. Swung on and fouled as Fajardo was going. And it's 0-2. Jesse Campa and Braden Fajardo. Well, Fajardo has 5 RBIs today. Check that, because he had that RBI single the first time up. Fajardo with 5 RBIs in the game. Campa with 4. The pitch. Curveball is outside. That's a good breaking ball by Saya. Just missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fort Morgan's biggest inning was the second. 5 runs in that frame. They scored 4 in the 5th. Count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Throw back to first. Nothing doing. Ortega digs back in. Salvatore setting up on the outside corner. Off the corner. Runner goes. That's outside. Throw to second is right there, and Fajardo is out. Nope, he slid around it. Wow. He slid to the outside. I guess they called him safe. Oh, man, I thought they had called him out as the tag was applied by Smith, but that was a great throw by Salvatore. So check that. He's safe at second. Fajardo with another stolen base. Oh, man, the throw beat him, but he slid to the outfield side of second. And the 2-2. And the breaking ball called strike 3, a beautiful pitch. Ortega's caught looking for the second time in the game. 1 out here for Campa. Jesse with a 2-run single and a 2-run homer in this game. Yeah, between Wheatley, Fajardo, and Campa, they have really taken care of the baseball offensively. The pitch. Curveball is a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Yeah, you rarely see a number 2 hitter like Fajardo out of the tool hole getting 5 RBIs, but that's what's happened. The offering swung on and grounded to short, and Smith plays it off his body and now has no play. It'll be first and third as Campa reaches for David Keller.
18, David Keller.
Keller grounded to second, singled to left, struck out and walked. He's been on base twice today. Looking to extend the advantage for Fort Morgan, which is at 7 now at 15-8. And the sun is out in full force now. Saya stretches, throw back to first, and back in diving is Jesse Campa. Yeah, the starter, Nate Wren, did rack up 5 strikeouts. The pitch. Swung on and driven deep into center field, and that is going to be off the glove of Erickson all the way towards the fence. Scoring is Fajardo. Campa to third. Campa's going to be sent home. The throw is going to be made towards the plate, and that's going to be late. It's a 2-run triple for David Keller. Fort Morgan is up by 9, 17-8 in the 7th inning. Again, this team can rake. The Mustangs now with 15 hits in the game. Velasquez doubled and then has been retired since then, although he did get aboard via the air, but 1 for 4. Saya pitches, and the curveball's a strike on the inner half. It's 0-1. Yeah, Saya's got an excellent-looking breaking ball. He's thrown strikes with that pitch. And the offering. Curveball is outside, and the count levels at 1-1. To Antonio Velasquez. Fort Morgan with their biggest lead of 9 now at 17-8. The pitch. Swung on and popped foul and out of play. Yeah, Erickson nearly got to that baseball, but it just glanced off his glove as he was racing towards the fence. Well, he might go with a breaking ball. His breaking ball's been lethal. 1-2. Fastball down and away, and Salvatore had to go off his glove, but just off to his left. It's 2-2. Yeah, I think that was a setup for this curveball coming up. That's just my guess here, with the way Saya's throwing the baseball. 2-2 pitch. Curveball is chopped foul along the third base side. Remains at 2-2. The Mustangs have plated 4 runs in this inning. Here's the wind and pitch. Fastball is tapped out in front of the plate. Going to be picked up by Saya. Looks to third, throws to first. Low, but in time. And retired as Velasquez. Keller had to hold up at third, 2 down. Velasquez will end the game at 1 for 5. Charlie Langford is 1 for 3. Lined out, walked, singled, and struck out looking. Yeah, Fort Morgan can just do something about their pitching. And it's not easy. Josh Langford's doing everything in his power, and Bodie Wheatley's been tremendous today. He has been awesome. The pitch. Curveball is behind the hitter. 1 ball and no strikes. We'll run through Bodie Wheatley's numbers once we get through the 7th inning. The offering, fastball, a strike. Outer half at the knees, the count levels at 1-1. Fort Morgan 17, Roosevelt 8, top of the 7th inning, and the pitch. Swung on and grounded right side, a dive by the first baseman. Rennie's got it. Pitcher's covering, throw to first is going to be in time. A tremendous play, 3-1 to end the inning. Oh, man. That robbed Langford of a base hit and an RBI. Great play defensively. 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and a base runner left to the bottom of the 7th in 1 minute. Fort Morgan 17, Roosevelt 8 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustangs are 3 outs away from picking up their 9th win of the season in another long baseball game, thanks in part to some tremendous offense by the Mustangs, leading Roosevelt 17-8. It'll be the top of the order. Brock Saya, Giuseppe Salvatore, and Caden Carabench against Bodie Wheatley, 52 pitches deep. And he has done very well after the starter, Frank Ortega, walked 6 and hit a batter. The pitch, over but low. Saya is 0 for 2 with a sac fly and a sac bunt squeezed in there in between. And the offering. That's a strike with a fastball in the outer half at the knees. Took something off at 1 ball and 1 strike. The freshman Bodie Wheatley gets the sign. The pitch. And inside, nearly clipped him. It's 2-1. Wheatley has hit 2 batters. So he's not afraid to go inside. And the pitch. Down and away. Yeah, you don't want to do that. 1 inside, then goes away. Wheatley has not walked a batter yet, but in danger of walking Saya. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the wind and pitch. Swung on and driven deep into left field. Keller is back, still going, reaches out and makes the catch. David Keller with a leap. Brings it down, 1 down, and Keller's played tremendous left field today. Here is Salvatore, who has grounded out twice, popped out and lined to first. He is 0 for 4. Well, that Mustang outfield, especially in left field by Keller, has been good today. Farley's come on and made some nice plays in right. Line in the pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. B&B Appliance, from refrigerators to vacuums and everything in between. They have exactly what you need and service it too. B&B Appliance swung on and popped foul, out of play. Off to the left. No balls and 2 strikes to Giuseppe Salvatore. Velasquez lays down the sign. Wheatley kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Salvatore, who will end the game at 0 for 5. 2 down.
Now batting, number 3, Caden Caravan.
And here's Caden Carabench. Boy, what a way this would be to close out the game for Bodie Wheatley. The pitch, that's a strike. With a fastball in the outer half at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. He kicks and fires. Swung on, popped up. This should do it. McCoy in center field is going back, still going back, and he reaches out and makes the catch as Carabench gave that a ride, but it's a 1-2-3. 7th inning for Bodie Wheatley, and the Mustangs beat the Roosevelt Rough Riders in Johnstown 17-8. It's a 1-minute break on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustang Post-Game Show is brought to you by Morgan Community College, there to make your dreams become a reality. That's Morgan Community College. Check them out at morgancc.edu as Fort Morgan comes into Johnstown and defeats Roosevelt 17-8. 17 runs on 15 hits, 3 errors for Fort Morgan, 5 left on base, 8 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, and 10 left on base for the Rough Riders, I should say. The winning pitcher in relief was Bodie Wheatley. The loss went to Nate Wren. The time of the game, 2 hours and 29 minutes. The Mustangs got a run in the first inning on Braden Fajardo's RBI single, and then extended the lead in the second as they scored those runs, all with 2 outs. Colin Farley with an RBI single. Braden Fajardo would reach on an error, and then a 2-run single by Jesse Campa. Samson Ortega would score, making it 6-0. Roosevelt then got on the board with a couple of runs in the bottom of the second. Back came Fort Morgan as Joseph Layden reached on a fielder's choice to make it 7-2. Roosevelt got back in the game with 4 runs in the bottom of the third inning as Frank Ortega struggled. He walked the bases loaded, hit a batter with the bases loaded. They brought in Bodie Wheatley. He got out of the jam, and then Fort Morgan went back to work offensively. Jesse Campa with a 2-run homer in the 4th inning made it 9-6. And then the Mustangs just kept going. Charlie Langford would score on a wild pitch after singling. It was 10-6 at that point. Fajardo with a 2-run single made it 12-6. He had another 2-run single in the game as Fajardo drove in 5 and Jesse Campa drove in 4. The Mustangs are 5-3 in the Longs Peak and 9-4 overall. Roosevelt 4-5 in league play and 4-5 on the season. These teams will battle once again coming up on Thursday in Fort Morgan. Brian Nickel will have the call of that game on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. I'm John Beltran. The final score from Nelson Park in Johnstown. Fort Morgan 17, Roosevelt 8 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.